I see no neutral things. You see no neutral things. What's good, fam? We made it to lesson 17 of A Course in Miracles, day 17. And just a quick little check up. How you feeling? I know you feeling woke. I know you are, because I'm feeling real woke. Because learning this material with you has just been like, whoa, I've been grasping it more myself. So we're going to dive into lesson 17. It's building off what we learned yesterday for lesson 16, which was I have no neutral thoughts. And just a quick little recap of yesterday's lesson, I have no neutral thoughts. Remember who you are. You and me are extensions of pure positive source energy, extensions of God. We are extensions of creation. We are love and light. That is who we are. We are not this body. And whenever we are seeing that love and light in everyone and everything, including these glasses, including this phone, including this speaker, including our siblings, including our friends, including our enemies, yeah. Whenever we're seeing love and light in everything in this world, we can be sure that we see that only in ourselves. We can be sure that we are extending what we have to give. And like we talked about yesterday, you can only extend what you have. And all you have is love and light, because that is who and what you are. That is who and what God is. And He created you by extending what He was, which is love and light. God cannot give you what He does not have, such as judgment, fear, insecurities, not enoughness. All of that is stuff that we have made. Remember the difference between creating and making. You create whenever you extend what you have, which is love and light. You make something by projecting what is not there. So me and you have no neutral thoughts. It is either we are thinking like God, we are thinking, or we are not thinking at all. We are thinking and extending love, or we are merely making images of things in our mind that produce fear and worry and doubt and something that is not real. So one more thing that we discussed yesterday before we go to lesson 17 is that everything that you see in this world, whether it's a situation, circumstance, event, person, place, thing, we're going to use the mic again for example, it is neutral. It's neutral. It's neither good or bad. It's neither big or small. It's neither this or that. It is just what it is. And our thoughts about that thing is what is making it what it is. That item is meaningless in itself, but my thoughts about it is what I'm either extending to it or projecting on it, and it's reflecting back to me what I gave it first. So you can be sure to know that whenever somebody treats you wrong, whenever somebody treats me wrong or in a way that I wasn't expecting, it is because we have did something in our own minds that we've projected on that person, and we are getting that back from them. And that's to an extent because there's some people in this world who are asleep and will treat you in the most random ways possible and project their anger on you. But just know that we're all co-creating in this world. So whenever you get something from someone that you were not expecting, it is partially because you co-created that experience with them. But whenever you learn to see who they really are, which is love and light, then they can't approach you in that way that they did, because you see straight through that illusion that they created for themselves and believe that they are. So remember, you have no neutral thoughts. It is either you are thinking with God or you are thinking with the ego. You are thinking thoughts of illusions. You are asleep in that moment. And let's continue with lesson 17. It's gonna build off of what we just discussed. So pull up lesson 17 if you got the book. You already know what to do. If you don't got the book, PDF is in the description. Let's go ahead and read this together, and we'll discuss it afterwards. We'll apply it together and see what we learn. Lesson 17. I see no neutral things. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates in the world. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is the other way around. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause, and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. In applying today's idea, say to yourself with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then look about you, resisting your glance on each thing you note long enough to say, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. So before we continue, this is a great way to put it. I'm happy that we're doing this lesson today. I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. So like yesterday, we're going to use the mic for example again today. I do not see a neutral mic because my thoughts about mics are not neutral. So whatever I believe about mics is either real or something that is not there. It is either love or an illusion. Whatever I think about it is what I am extending on the mic, and it's reflecting back to me what I gave to it first. Not only with the mic, but we could do this with a few other things. I do not see a neutral sibling because my thoughts about my sibling are not neutral. My thoughts about this person are not neutral. They are never neutral because you can only have thoughts that have a plus or a minus. Thinking with God or identifying yourself with the ego in that moment and thinking that you're seeing an illusion in them, therefore not seeing who they truly are, which is a reflection of who you really are, which is love and light. So I want you to take some time right now, look around you, wherever you're at. You can even use the device that you're watching this on, but say to yourself, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. Let's continue. As usual, it is essential to make no distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant, regardless of what you may believe. You do not see anything that is really alive or really joyous. That is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true and therefore really happy. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than a minute or so that is otherwise recommended. And that's it. Pretty short lesson. So let's do this one more time so it gets embedded in our brain. I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. And remember this throughout your day. And again, I encourage you to read the lesson again on your own time because I probably stumbled a little bit, but take the time to really absorb that knowledge and the words and apply it and understand that whatever you think is causing you uneasiness in this world, it is not there, and I could promise you that. And I know because whenever I fall asleep and I'm in the world of illusions and I see what I think are my problems or my fears or worries or doubts, and I think that they're real, in that moment I'm just asleep. But I have practiced this state of mind so much that whenever I'm there, I snap out of it automatically because I know that in that moment I am not seeing the world as it really is, which is love and light, which is a reflection of who I am. This world is just a reflection of who you are, and whatever you see in it, remember that you have given that to it first, because thought is first. This world and the things of this world are are like mirrors. They're like mirrors reflecting back to your thoughts about them. That's so good to know, because your whole life will change whenever you begin to see the world as it really is, as we are discussing right now. Whenever you start to see people who you hold grudges on and they've done you wrong, you haven't forgiven them, they've just done something so unforgivable to you, all of that is keeping you chained. It's keeping you chained. You've put shackles on yourself by condemning that person and 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 making them guilty in your mind. But you cannot give something without keeping it yourself. So because you think someone else is guilty, you believe that you are, because you cannot give what you don't have. So if you have fear to give, it is because you still believe fear is real. I still believe fear is real. If we project anything onto anyone that is not love and light, it is because we have it first to give. And that's groundbreaking to know, because now we know that whatever in our world is causing us doubt, it is only because we have projected that doubt that still exists within us onto that thing that we believe is out there. And that's a weight that the ego likes to keep itself awake and alive. Whenever we're in this state of mind, the ego is dead. It does not exist because it never did exist. It thinks it does, though. The ego thinks that it is real. It thinks that it is real, and it does not want you to be in this state of mind, because it is just an illusion. Whenever you're in this state of mind, it's like the it's gone. It's not there at all, because it never was there. But what it does to make you still believe that fear exists is it projects the fear outside of you. So now you see the ego in your brothers, you see the ego in the people outside in the world, and now you think that they are their egos. And we don't use these words, by the way. This is all happening on a level that we are not even aware that's going on. But we are thinking that we are seeing an ego in them, therefore we're not seeing them for who they truly are, and in that moment we're asleep to who we truly are. So that way the ego is very clever. It makes it appear that all the bad illusions, worry, doubt, and fear are out there, so that way you can say, oh, I'm good, the problem's out there. But the only problem with that is, now that you're afraid of part of the world, you're afraid of, or you're uneasy about something out there in the world, but this world is a part of who you are. It's all love and it's all light, but you can't experience that fully if you're projecting fear onto the world. And therefore, whenever we do that, our lives are very shallow. They are very little good experiences. We really don't get to live life to the fullest, as full as it can be, whenever we're projecting all this fear outside in the world, because now we're afraid to do anything. We're afraid to fly. We're afraid to go meet new people. We're afraid to see new things because of past experiences that we've had that are not here no more. Whatever has gone wrong in your past, remember that right now in this moment, it is a very clean slate now. And now, and now, and now. I just broke my most prized possession. It's okay, because now it's a new moment. That happened 2 seconds ago. It is the past. Just know that you are always perfect. You are who you truly are. Your true nature is eternal. It is expansion. It is creation. It is light. It is indestructible. That is who you truly are, and that is what everything in this world can be, whenever you see that only in yourself and everyone else. And that's just such a beautiful way to live life, because now this world is opening, the doors are open for opportunities to flow your way, because you don't see the past in that person and you're afraid to go talk to them. You forgot about the past. You see this person as a reflection of who you are, which is love and light, and you go openly talk to them, and then that interaction will take place, and then who knows, it could lead to something that you were not expecting, all because you had no expectations. Whenever you have no expectations, you are open for things. You have no expectations. or you have great expectations. Whenever you expect that something's going to play out in your favor, always, it always will play out in your favor, because that's what you're projecting on the situation, and it will come about. Whenever you feel like something didn't go your way in the past, therefore you think the future is going to be the same, you're projecting that past experience onto the now, and therefore you're going to continue to keep getting that, but only because you are continuously creating that experience again and again and again now, because of the things that you're doing with this powerful tool of yours. And again, this may sound very advanced, but at the very core of your being, I know you feel and understand what I'm saying, because it is very simple. This world is very simple. There's not too much to this world at all. But because we have learned so much of this world, of this fearful based world that people have just made up all these crazy ideas about, we have to unlearn all that. And the only way we unlearn that is by practicing a new thought system for a long enough and consistent enough period of time that it drowns out all of that junk that was never intended to be there. We never intended for that to be there. And the only way for you to know who you are is to first know who you are not. Pretty sure most of your life you didn't know who you were. You believed in the world of fear and illusion. I know I did, but because I thought I was not good enough at one point in my life, now I see from a different perspective, and now I'm able to know who I truly am, which is good enough. So that is all that we got for today. Make sure to take your time to really absorb the knowledge from what we just discussed just now, and absorb the knowledge from lesson 17. May you never be the same. May you remember who you are and remain woke. And I will see you again for lesson 18 tomorrow.